Therefore will I be unto Ephraim as a moth, and to the house of Judah as rottenness. Hosea 5:12. Ephraim and Judah are not strangers, but the two rhythms of your own consciousness. Ephraim, the mind that forgets its birthright, and Judah, the heart still bound by fleshly law. When Scripture declares, I will be to Ephraim as a moth, and to the house of Judah as rottenness, it speaks of the inner God dissolving every false garment you have woven around yourself. The moth is nothing but a vortex of transformation, consuming the fragile threads of egoic pride and self-condemnation until only the pure self remains. And rot is the secret alchemy by which every hardened structure of doubt and fear is tenderized, prepared for resurrection into love. See yourself as the one who became man entered the tomb of your own limitations and rose to that immeasurable state of love that you are. Thus, when the divine plays the role of moth and rot within you, it is not to punish, but to liberate. Those gnawings and that decay herald the collapse of your self-invented prison. It is the voice of your eternal I am, reminding you, you are greater than these confines. Every illusion must perish so that you may unveil your only begotten Son, your Christ self, and so reveal the Father within. As Ephraim's moth, God chews away your doubts. As Judah's rot, God dissolves your fears. Do not recoil at the seeming destruction. Embrace it. For in that sacred decomposition, the seed of your divinity is set free to sprout. Stand fast in the conviction that you were God before you dreamed this mortal dream, and you shall witness in yourself the mighty resurrection of all that you have made. Imagine the two figures, Ephraim and Judah, as living expressions of our own consciousness. Ephraim reveals itself as the restless aspirer, forever feeding on possibilities yet never daring to claim them. In this anxious longing, the mind resembles a moth drawn to its own dreams, nibbling away at hope until nothing remains. By contrast, Judah embodies the prideful ego, ever ready to turn any unguarded thought into decay or rot. Taken together, these images gently warn that when attention wanders unchecked and we begin to identify with lack or separation, our inner landscape quietly erodes, leaving little soil for the seeds of true fulfillment to grow. In contemplating the metaphysical mechanics, one begins by acknowledging that each and every thought acts as a potent seed planted in the fertile ground of consciousness. When those seeds are sown in fear, doubt, or self-neglect, the very fabric of your awareness turns to moth and rot, silently consuming the conditions you long to bring into being. Yet the moment you step into the unified I, the divine self that has descended into your experience, you envelop your vision in nourishment and protection. As you maintain that inner thread of divine identity, creation simply follows your focus, for whatever you harbor within inevitably takes form in the world without. As you contemplate this verse, you begin to see how it quietly reveals your sovereignty over the inner chemistry of your being. In one moment, you are the moth that feeds on illusions, and in the next, you are the power that obliterates them. You encompass the rottenness of old patterns and at the same time, the regenerative spark that renews and restores. This very creative I am within you carries the power to erode falsehoods, dissolve decay, and lift reality into harmonious alignment. In recognizing this divine privilege, you discover that you may consciously choose which aspect of your own consciousness will shape the world you inhabit. Begin each morning by gently exploring your inner house, noticing where anxious moth thoughts gnaw at your confidence and where stale beliefs quietly linger. When these shadows come into view, consciously invoke your true I am presence by affirming, for example, I am the life that sustains my dream, or I am the creative intelligence raising every part of me to love. As you speak these words, visualize the decaying thoughts dissolving in the light of your own attention. In that luminous moment, you literally rewrite your experience, transforming destructive moth-like patterns into pillars of creative power. By regarding moth and rottenness as signposts to neglected or corrupted self-images, you learn to reverse the process, stepping into the role of inner guardian who preserves, revives, and manifests divine life in every corner of consciousness.